Tori here with today's Scrap Your Scraps video. So today I'm going to be using some of my bigger scraps, which I keep in this mesh bag, and I have a cool idea to use long strips of paper. So you can either cut up your scraps that are longer pieces, or you can grab out some paper that you have that you'd like to use, or if you save your, what are these called, branding strips like I do, you could also use those. And I have a bajillion branding strips. So these are just some of them. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my project today with branding strips only. I might use some other cut up pieces, but the truth is I have so many branding strips that I thought today's project could be just using up my branding strip scraps, because I don't know what it is, they're pretty, and so I keep them all and they pile up, and then I have ridiculous amounts of random branding strips sitting in my stash. And do I ever really use them? Not really. So today's Scrap Your Scraps video is using branding strips, or 12-inch strips. They can be any width. You can leave them this size, or you can cut them smaller, whatever works for you. Or you can just use paper that you have in your stash, like these. And I might have to pull out some of those as well if I don't have enough branding strips. So, first thing to do is grab out the paper that you want to use, okay? So I have that out. Then what I've done is I went to my kitchen and I grabbed a bowl. Sorry, that really changed the lighting. And the reason I grabbed a bowl is because I wanted a circle, and I wanted a big one, and my circle cutter doesn't cut this size. So what I decided is I wanted a circle that was pretty much going to take up a lot of my page. So that's why I grabbed this bowl. The size of this bowl, let's see, it's about 9 inches in diameter. But really it doesn't matter. Just go and grab a bowl from your kitchen, whatever size you want. And then grab some paper. And this is just a scrap piece of white cardstock. Place your bowl on the paper. This is like back to elementary school. And trace around it. Now it doesn't matter if your tracing skills aren't perfect, or if you screw up the circle just a little bit, because we're going to be cutting it out and you won't see the lines that I've drawn. Okay. So I use my bowl, traced my circle, and now I'm going to cut out my circle. And I'm just using large scissors, but you can really use whatever you want. If you have a circle cutter that allows you to do really large size circles, you could also use that. Mine, I think, goes to 4 inches wide in diameter, the biggest, or whatever it is. So I didn't want to use that, but I wanted a bigger circle. And most of us have bowls or plates or round things in our house somewhere where we could get a circle that is bigger than our punches or our cuts or whatever we use. So, and I know that as I'm cutting this, my circle is not perfect. And you know what? That is okay with me. I've released the need to be perfect, and I encourage you to release it too. No one is going to say when they look at your page, oh my goodness, that circle is cut out crooked, or oh my goodness, she put that title on there crookedly. The only person who's upset about that is usually ourselves. So give yourself some credit here. You are awesome, and it doesn't matter if your circle's not perfect. Okay, so step 1, grab a bowl and then cut out a circle. The next thing to do is going to be to grab out all your branding strips. So I'm going to go look for a whole bunch of mine, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I have all these branding strips and pieces of strips that I've cut off different papers. Most branding strips are about the same size. They're about like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. You can leave them like this. I think I want mine to be a little thinner, So I think I want them to be about 1/4 of an inch. So what I'm going to do, and this is totally not necessary, this is just me thinking that I would like a smaller size. I'm going to line up all my branding strips on my cutting mat and cut them in half so that they're thinner. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and after I've cut them all apart, I will be back in a minute to show you what to do next. Okay, so I have all my strips cut, and so now I'm going to do the fun part. I'm gonna do paper weaving using these branding strips. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm actually gonna just lay some score tape down on the paper, just like so. And I'm going to just weave the strips back and forth. Just pretty self-explanatory. I'll show you how to do a couple. And then I'm going to leave you guys to do it yourself. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line the papers up on this piece of score tape that I stuck down. And I'm going to stick them close together. You wouldn't have to stick them close together. You could spread them out if you wanted to, but I like them nice and close. And you want to try to use a score tape that is sticky but not too sticky, because you're going to have to wind underneath that. I'm really just using it to help me line the strips up straight, because I'm going to have to lift these back up to stick the pieces underneath too. So you want to use score tape that's not too sticky, because it could make it difficult. So my suggestion is, if you don't have a score tape like that, you could stick it down and you could just use your hands to take off some of the stick, or you could use a sweater like this, and it'll still be sticky enough to hold them down, but it won't be too sticky that you won't be able to lift it back up. Okay, so I've lined I'm just going to do a couple here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go sort of over, under, all the way along till you get that. And then for your next strip, you're going to do the opposite. So if you started under, you're going to start over like this, and then over, under, all the way along. And you'll get like a really nice grid design, sort of like that. Okay, so I'm going to keep working on mine, and once I filled the whole thing up, I'm going to show you what to do next, okay? So there we go. Doesn't it look great? So I did all of the weaving, and then I added extra adhesive underneath this circle so that it's all stuck down, even all the little edges, and then I trimmed around the outside to get this awesome circle. And I love the way it looks. I think it looks really pretty. And I feel like you could do this with so many different shapes, squares, hearts, stars, whatever. Whatever it is, I think it would look great. And it's a great way to use up all those branding strips. Look at how pretty it looks. There's some that have like a little bit of writing on them, but you can't really see unless you're looking really closely, and I love all the different patterns. So now to make my layout, I grabbed this really pretty mint paper from Dear Lizzie. I'm not sure which collection it comes from, but I love it. And I think my circle looks really awesome on there. The photo I'm using today is this one, which is a photo of my mom and I holding hands while walking. And I think it's really awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this circle down in the middle of my paper using my hot glue gun. And I think I'm just going to put glue in the middle. That way if I want to tuck anything under, I can. I don't know if I want to tuck anything under, but if I do, I'll have the option. And I'm just going to stick it roughly in the middle. And then this photo, I'm trying to decide whether I want it to go like right in the middle of the circle or off to the side. And I think I like it like about there. I thought it might be nice to add some vellum underneath the photo. It's not going to stand out a ton, but it'll just add a little frame behind it, something light and airy. And this vellum has polka dots on it, so it's really pretty. And I have also this vellum, which is also sort of gold, more of a coppery gold, but it has triangles. So I don't want the layers underneath to be perfect. I sort of want them to be offset a little bit. And I think I might do another piece of this vellum with the triangles. So I'm trying not to line up any of the edges perfectly. Like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the photo off the back, or off the front, and grab my Tim Holtz tiny attacher and just stick a staple in there. It's great, the photo can go there. It's got a little bit of all the different types of vellum. Let's get outside. Just lift it up a little bit, and I think it might look nice with a little bit of tissue paper too. I have this one with sparkles. Not sure where it came from, just a present or a gift I purchased on Etsy. I'm just going to put a little fold in it. Actually, I don't want the lines to be perfect on the edges, so I'm just going to rip a little more. There we go. And put a little fold. Might look nice on top of that. I think it's too big. A little dollop of glue, stick the vellum on top, and I'm going to use score tape to stick the photo down, which is better for it if I don't use hot glue right on the photo. Perfect. I really like how that looks right there. So I'm going to stick it down. Just off the side of that circle a little bit. Now I have these awesome thickers from American Crafts. They are from the Cedar Lane collection. And the reason I purchased them is because they have pink foam with gold glitter. I just love the pink in there. I think it's so cool. And I think this phrase down here, which says "you and me," would be really cute for a title. And I think I'd like to make the title, you could either put the title like right on the photo, but I think what I wanted to do is make the title go sort of curved on this side to balance the photo. So the photo's heavy here. I want something on the other side to balance it. So I'm going to use "you and me." Now I don't mind that it's overlapping the circle a little bit. I think that looks cute. And maybe an arrow. Yeah, an arrow's cute. And the nice thing about foam thickers is you can curve them the way that you want. So they're straight, but because I want them to go in the circle curve, I can sort of curve it like that. And I think I'm going to grab another arrow too and put it on the other side. So it's sort of giving direction to the photo and to the layout, because it's sort of drawing your eye around. And then what I decided I'm going to do is add my journaling around the outside here of the circle, so it'll just continue to draw your eye all the way around. Okay, there we go. So I added the journaling around the edges so it flows in that line and it sort of keeps your eye going around the page. I think I want to keep the embellishments really simple, but also in this gold vein. So I'm going to grab this gold foam thicker heart so that it's drawing that in over to this side. Also have these, which I believe come from Pink Paisley. They're Pink Paisley stickers. And I have these ones that say, "Love you always." And I think that could be cute to use over in this corner too. And I'm just going to make them sort of off kilter a little bit. I feel like it needs just a little bit more. I could use one of these hearts too to have a big one and a small one. I'll use these medium-sized ones. They don't stick great, so I'm just going to add a little extra hot glue on the back, like that. And then I also have these hearts, which are from crepe paper, and they have little phrases on them. So, love, kiss me, you and me. So you and me is already on there, so I won't use that. And this one says love you always, so I don't want to use that. I could use the love one. Just add a third heart there. I like it's like a little cluster of hearts. And then I have these from Pink Paisley. They're like puffy stickers. And there's this one that says remember, which I think might be cute. I just stick it in this corner over here. Again, drawing attention into this. Could use that same color on this side, but I don't like that it says love, like I already have love there. You know what, I think I'm just going to leave it. I like it. It's simple, it's clean. I have this really colorful thing going on here, so I don't feel like the layout really needs a lot more. Anyways, that's my Scrap Your Scraps video for you today, showing you how to use your scraps, whether it's scrap pieces of paper or your branding strips, to make like a weaved basket weave almost kind of circle design. You could use this for any shape really, so go have fun. And I think when you have such a busy layout, it's nice to keep it simple and contained almost too. Like I like how the crazy busy color is like pretty contained and then it's pretty calm outside. So using a solid cardstock, using white, or even using a pattern paper like this one that has a little bit of a design but is pretty much solid would work really well. And then using simple colors for your embellishments and titles, staying with one color perhaps, like I stayed with gold mostly and a little bit of pink, but other than that I left it, and I'm super happy with the way that it looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Scrap Your Scraps video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!